Hi, welcome back to the Better Your Life channel, where we discuss all things related to anxiety and our mental well-being. Today, we're going to look at understanding seasonal affective disorder, sometimes known as SAD, S-A-D. As the seasons change from autumn to winter and the nights start drawing in, many of us notice shifts in our mood, our energy, and our mental well-being. Now, for some, these changes can be profound, leading to a condition known as seasonal affective disorder. This seasonal depression can increase anxiety, making it even more difficult to manage day-to-day life. Now, as an anxiety therapist, we see firsthand how the impact of the shorter days and less sunlight can have on our clients' well-beings. And we tend to see a spike in inquiries around this time of year when the clocks change and they go back ready for the winter months. Now, here we will explore what seasonal affective disorder is, when it occurs, how it develops, and most importantly, how we can overcome it. Seasonal affective disorder is a type of depression. It happens at certain times of the year, usually in the winter months. This winter depression, as it is also known, can affect our mood, our energy, our sleep, and even our appetite. Whilst many people don't realise it, anxiety often accompanies seasonal affective disorder, which can make symptoms even more overwhelming. Together, they can create a challenging spiral of low mood and worry. Now, as an anxiety therapist and specialist, I work with individuals who experience both conditions, helping them find relief and balance during difficult times. Understanding the symptoms of seasonal affective disorder and anxiety is key to finding effective solutions. Seasonal affective disorder typically appears in the autumn and winter months when daylight hours shorten. In the UK, this usually occurs from late autumn through to early spring, and we see a peak in inquiries around December, January and February time. During these months, many people also feel an increase in anxiety, which may be triggered by darker days, cold weather, financial challenges following the Christmas period, as well as a reduction in our social interactions. There is also a less common form of seasonal affective disorder, and that occurs in the summer months. But most individuals here in the UK experience winter seasonal affective disorder. So if you struggle with SAD or anxiety, I invite you to check out the free resources over in the description when you have finished watching this video, of course. Not sure where to start? There's lots over there, but I suggest that you download the Circle of Control and Influence first, as this helps you to take back control of your situation, and this offers light at the end of the tunnel. Now back to seasonal affective disorder. So how does it happen, and why does anxiety appear alongside it? So there are several factors that we know play a role. Number one, reduced sunlight. During the autumn and winter months, we get less exposure to natural sunlight. This can affect our internal body clock, disrupting our sleep patterns and contributing to a low mood. Sunlight also influences our serotonin levels. That's the chemical in the brain that affects our mood. And low serotonin can lead to both depression and anxiety. Number two, increased melatonin. Darker days cause our bodies to produce more melatonin, and that's the hormone that makes us feel sleepy. Now, too much melatonin can leave us feeling sluggish and out of sync, which can also increase our anxiety levels. Number three, sleep disturbances. Both seasonal affective disorder and anxiety can disrupt our sleep. Worry and stress can lead to poor sleep, and a lack of restful sleep can make symptoms of anxiety and seasonal affective disorder even worse. This creates a vicious cycle of low energy and heightened anxiety that can be really difficult to break on your own. Number four, lifestyle changes. Now, during the cooler months, we tend to spend less time outdoors or engaging in social activities. This isolation and lack of movement can increase anxiety and make the symptoms of seasonal affective disorder even more pronounced. So let's look next at how do you know if you have seasonal affective disorder? Well, recognizing the symptoms is the first step towards getting help. Common symptoms include things like persistent feelings of sadness and low mood, a loss of interest in activities that maybe you once used to enjoy, increased anxiety, worry, nervousness, stress, overwhelm. We may feel fatigued and low in energy. We may have trouble sleeping, or we may even find that we're sleeping too much. Changes in appetite, often craving comfort foods, sugary or starchy foods. We may feel irritable and agitated. We may have difficulty concentrating and making decisions. Now, if you experience these symptoms, especially during a specific time of the year, such as the winter months, it is important to speak with a professional, such as an anxiety therapist, who can guide you towards the right support and the treatment that will help you get through this period. Now, before we look at how can we overcome seasonal affective disorder, you may be thinking, who am I and how am I qualified to help you with this? Well, my name is Jennifer Roblin. I am the founder of Better Your Life. I'm an anxiety specialist and therapist. I started my practice back in 2016 and I have helped thousands and thousands of people learn the tools, the strategies to manage their anxiety and overcome the root cause that is unique to them. I'm passionate about proving to people that nobody needs to struggle with anxiety, and with the right help and support, we can all overcome anxiety, stress and burnout. So please do go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button so you're kept up to date with all of our latest videos and the links to our free resources over on in the description. Now, let's jump straight back in to the strategies that we can use to overcome seasonal affective disorder. So, while it can feel overwhelming, there are ways to manage the symptoms and improve our overall mental health. Here are some of the steps that we can all take. Number 1, increase exposure to natural light. It sounds so simple, right? But one of the main triggers for seasonal affective disorder is a lack of sunlight. Getting outside during daylight hours, even on cloudy days, can improve your mood and your energy. Spending time outdoors in nature has been scientifically proven to reduce both anxiety and depression. Now, for those who struggle to get enough sunlight, there is such a thing called light therapy, sometimes called phototherapy, and it's a useful treatment option. This involves sitting in front of a special light box that mimics natural sunlight for about 30 minutes every day. Many people find this effective in reducing both seasonal affective disorder and the anxiety that's associated with the symptoms. Now, I used to live in New York, and the company I was working for transferred me to their head office in Stockholm. The company offered me light therapy as the winters can be really long and harsh in Scandinavia, and I moved there at the beginning of December when the days were short and the nights were long. Now, while I found light therapy to be beneficial, my Swedish colleagues made a point of going for a walk outside every lunchtime, without fail. Now, I was running a large team, and unlike the locals, I didn't realise the importance back then of spending time outside in daylight. I never made the time to go walking until a colleague suggested we had a meeting whilst walking outside. Now, I loved this idea, and I soon realised how valuable these walking meetings were. So when I started my own anxiety practice, the first therapy I offered was walk and talk therapy, as by then I understood just how much easier it was to have difficult conversations and to open up to somebody when you're walking side by side and there's no direct eye contact. So I'd like to invite you to think about how can you incorporate getting outside, even if it's just for 30 minutes a day, into your daily routine, and I guarantee you will notice a difference. So a few years after living in Stockholm, I moved back to London, and I had a colleague who really struggled during the winter months. And he wasn't as productive, and he wasn't, should we say, he was a little bit irritable. So every time we had rearranged a seating plan, it was an absolute priority to ensure that he sat as close to the window and therefore natural light as possible. And I promise you, simple changes like these can make the world of difference to somebody struggling with seasonal affective disorder. Number 2, establish a regular routine to ease anxiety. Now, maintaining a regular daily routine can be particularly helpful in managing both seasonal affective disorder and anxiety. Now, going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time helps to regulate our internal body clock, our circadian rhythm. Regular exercise is also beneficial in boosting mood and lowering anxiety levels as we release endorphins when we exercise, and these counterbalance the stress hormones of cortisol and adrenaline. Now, if you know anyone else struggling with anxiety or seasonal affective disorder, please do go ahead and share this video, as that helps me reach more and more people and get the message out there that nobody needs to be struggling with anxiety. Number 3, prioritise social interactions. It's very easy to withdraw and isolate ourselves during the winter months, preferring to stay warm and cosy and staying on the sofa watching Netflix. But staying connected with friends, family and support groups is absolutely vital. Now, there's plenty of scientific evidence that social interaction helps reduce feelings of loneliness and stress and anxiety, and these all exacerbate seasonal affective disorder. It's worth remembering that we are also tribal creatures. We need social connection and that feeling of belonging that comes with being around other people. Number 4, we can manage anxiety with mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Practicing mindfulness meditation and other relaxation techniques can all help manage the anxiety associated with seasonal affective disorder. Simple breathing exercises or guided meditation can help calm our racing thoughts and ease feelings of stress. I often recommend these techniques to our clients as part of their coping strategies to be used in between sessions with me. There's lots and lots of videos on this channel as well about other breathing techniques, so you might want to check those out. You can journal out your anxious thoughts and feelings. Now, I bang on about journaling a lot because I'm such a big fan. It's not the same as a diary. It is more of a brain dump of all the thoughts and feelings that you have in that moment. Now, getting these thoughts out of our heads and onto paper can be a great way of identifying what is actually concerning us. Journaling also helps us to recognise the triggers and learn ways to better control our thoughts and feelings. Reflect on what you would say to a friend who is struggling with a similar situation, as we talk to our friends in a much more kindly voice than we talk to ourselves. What advice would you give them? And take that advice on board yourself. Now, there's a load of journaling questions over on in the description. You can download those and it just helps prompt you to get started if you're new to journaling. Lastly, seek professional support from an anxiety therapist. If you are struggling with seasonal affective disorder and anxiety, seeking help from an anxiety therapist can make all the difference. Seasonal affective disorder doesn't have to control our lives. With the right approach, including lifestyle changes and support from an anxiety therapist, it is possible to manage the symptoms and enjoy a better quality of life. By understanding the connection between seasonal affective disorder and anxiety, we can take the necessary steps to feel better and regain our sense of control and well-being. If you think you might be experiencing seasonal affective disorder or anxiety and are in need of further support, then please do reach out. We can provide you with the guidance along with the tools and the techniques to get to the root cause of your anxiety and to overcome the challenges that you may be facing right now. Remember, you don't have to face this alone. Help is available. So you can better your life and overcome your anxious thoughts and behaviours one step at a time. Taking care of our mental health is an essential part of our overall well-being. And left unresolved, anxiety can spiral out of control, and it can have a significant impact on relationships, work, school, and our family life. So it is my belief that nobody needs to struggle with anxiety. We just need the tools, the strategies, and the techniques to overcome it. So if you do want to take the next step and have a happier life where your fears no longer hold you back, click on the link below or over in the description and book a free, no obligation consultation call. Please also have a look at all the free resources as well. Now, just a caveat, whilst these workbooks cannot eliminate anxiety or get to the root cause necessarily, they do go a long way in aiding you on your journey. So please help yourself to whatever would benefit you. Please, I would like to ask you to share your top tips in the comments below, as we'd love to hear what they are, and they help other people that are watching the video too. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more insights, and share it with anyone you feel may benefit. Remember, you're not alone, and there are multiple ways to take back control and better your life. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.